So Terrifier 2 currently out there breaking records, just being the movie that is the most talked about movie right now on mainstream media. And I made a video talking about that yesterday, how important that really is, because we can see things trending online and all of that. And like I said, many of the people, like our family, close friends and all of that, that might not be online as much as we might not even know what we're talking about when things are trending. But when something is actually on the mainstream media like US Today or the Yahoo and all of that, you definitely know that somebody is going to know close to you, and your family knows about Art the Clown. So very much so, kudos, applauses to all the people involved with Terrifier. But let's talk about the ending and what it could mean for a possible third film, or what exactly is coming next for Art the Clown. So before we get any further, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notification bell. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. We just hit the 25K mark, and we are doing a giveaway right now. So all you have to do is be subscribed and comment below you want to enter the giveaway. But let's talk about the ending of Terrifier 2. So pretty much in Terrifier 1, we saw Art pretty much give himself a gunshot wound, and that left him incapacitated, or so we thought. At the end of that movie, we saw him be resurrected, and we sort of started to wonder, Art isn't human. There's something supernatural about him, because we see like all of these like supernatural events start to occur, and then his body reanimates, and he is out there doing what he does best, and that's just giving some of the most gory skills we've seen in some time. And so we have now Art the Clown in Terrifier 2 returning, and now we have some more mysticism laid out throughout. So let's talk about that. But before we do, quick recap: we see Art the Clown terrorizing again. We have new characters introduced. We have Sienna, who also has some sort of mysticism to her, and she is the only one that can apparently kill Art the Clown, or so it seems as well in the end, when she actually takes a sword that was sort of designed by her father as well, and this sword has some magic to it, and she's able to pretty much decapitate Art the Clown, and it seems like all is well now, but it's really not. So that's pretty much how the movie ends there, with Art terrorizing her friends as well, and her brother, and eventually her being able to get the upper hand on the clown, and she even resurrects at a point as well, and it's all due to her father and love and all of this as well. But we quickly find out that this might not be the happy ending we thought, and Damien Leone is already on track to make another film, as he said during Fantastic Fest, and they're already fleshing this out. So it's going to be interesting to see where they take this approach, and I think there's a lot of theories and a lot of thoughts that people are getting to with this film and what it could possibly mean for the franchise as a whole. So we'll talk about those theories as well, and we'll also talk about the ending. But let's get to it. So there is a mid-credits scene in Terrifier 2 where we see the mauled woman Victoria from the first film, who is the survivor of Art the Clown in that film, and she is in this asylum now, and eventually she is carving out things that Art the Clown has also carved out onto the wall in blood, and then she eventually gives birth to a head that is living of Art the Clown, the decapitated one, and pretty much ends like that. So Art the Clown sort of has been given a rebirth of sorts. Now, does that mean we're gonna get a walking head that has like little legs and all of that killing? Probably not, although I wouldn't never say never with Damien Leone, because he definitely pushes the boundaries with these things. But I think that we see that Victoria is still this link to Art, like we saw her actually also do in the first film, where at the beginning she actually attacks and kills the person that is interviewing her as well, and it sort of seems that, and she has been infected by Art the Clown's evil of sorts, and that really makes us really think that Art the Clown is not human at all, but is the embodiment of evil, probably. Now, there are some theories out there that think that this actually could be due to Sienna's dad, where some theories believe that Sienna's dad is Art the Clown. Of course, that one's kind of a little far-fetched in my opinion, because we do know that Sienna's dad was actually having these visions of sorts of Art the Clown, was sketching him out, keeping clippings of him as well, and this was due to the sickness that he had, which eventually led him to off himself, and that's where all of this trauma and grief that Sienna and her family are dealing with comes from. but it could also be that so some people believe that this could eventually lead to maybe her father having become Art the Clown, and after the massacre that happened in Terrifier 1, when Art the Clown was eventually killed, and then it could be sort of like the same events happen at the same time with Sienna's dad dying as well and sort of being resurrected as Art the Clown. You know, like that's a theory I've seen out there as well, or that maybe right from the beginning Sienna's dad created Art the Clown because he had some sort of like connection, some magical thing as well, where he was able to bring these things to the forefront, as well as the character that Sienna embodies, which is a character that is the one that can take out Art the Clown, as well as the sword being that created from his imagination. So pretty much it's either you believe that her father created Art the Clown, or he's created these entities that now exist, which is the evil that is Art and the good that is the character that Sienna embodies, and now they're clashing with one another. And it sort of is like the evil and these negative energies around them as well manifested into what is now Art the Clown, but at the same time the love and the positivity and all of that is Sienna's character, that she helps her almost gain this sort of strength and supernatural abilities where she's able to be resurrected because of the love she has for her brother and the want to protect him as well from Art the Clown. Gives her these strengths that she's able to pretty much get this wound that Art the Clown inflicted on her healed, and this sword supercharged to be able to kill him in the end, or seemingly we thought. I think those are questions that probably will be answered in the next film. I think the film really does leave these open-ended questions on purpose so that people can start to theorize their own theories, and then we can see what happens. I would definitely be shocked if her dad turns out to be Art the Clown and sort of reincarnated into this evil clown, because the dad was already drawing Art the Clown and was keeping the clippings of when he was around. So it's not like he became Art the Clown himself back then, or was he Art the Clown the whole time? No, it's just like we don't know yet. So those are just some of the theories and stuff I've seen thrown out there. We also have the pale girl who is following Art the Clown, which we find out through Jonathan going through his dad's stuff that this was actually maybe Art the Clown's first victim, and maybe that's a reason that this soul has sort of lingered onto him because of that trauma as well. And that sort of follows what I think as well with Victoria, is she is still holding this trauma of everything that happened and living with this idea of Art, and he has sort of like manipulated that to be able to hold on to her soul as well, and sort of use her as a pathway into the living world as well. And I'm getting into all of this like crazy mysticism about things, and I could be totally wrong at the end of the day, but pretty much that's what I took from it. I think Art the Clown is evil in its like physical form, and Sienna is able to hold like good, or to be like this angel of sort in physical representation. She even has the wings and all of that, fighting this demonic being. And you know, maybe in the next one we'll get a whole demons versus angels thing. Maybe not. We'll see what happens with Art the Clown. Anything's possible, because Terrifier 2 really took swings at things I had no idea would even be possible when I first watched the first Terrifier. So I'm curious to see where Damien Leone wants to take this film. I think it's interesting the approach he took with this one, and I'm curious to see how he will conclude this, if it does conclude in the next one or not. But I'm here for it, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on it down below. So I'm curious to know what you think about Art the Clown and his origins. Is he a man in the first Terrifier film, and then in this one he is sort of like a reincarnation of Sienna's dad, and he's become the evil now? Did he create Art the Clown? Is Sienna the hero in the whole story? That is this all in somebody's imagination? You know, that'd be interesting if it was all somebody making a graphic novel at the end of the day and that's how the movie ends. I'm curious to see how that would go with people. But you know what? We're here for Art the Clown and his like craziness that happens with this. This movie's like to push the boundaries, and I'm kind of curious to see how Damien Leone wants to push the boundaries yet again in Terrifier 3. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. Just here giving you my thoughts, my opinions on the movie and its ending and what it all means. But follow me for more on the things you love. As we get more news about Terrifier 3, I will definitely be talking about it as well. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. Make sure you join the giveaway by subscribing and commenting down below. But as always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.